Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Well, it's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. How the heck is everybody?
Doing good. It is the week of witches.
Yeah, it is. Big old party time of year as well. You got all the Halloween parties going off. Looking forward to Jaybird. That's going to be on Saturday. His big old Halloween party. So there's all kinds of festivities going to be going down. And I know we got another one on the calendar on Saturday. So I guess everybody's having their Halloween parties on Saturday. So it's going to be all crazy.
Yeah. Everyone's going to be getting all fucked up on Saturday.
Friday night, my kid Rocco's got his little boo bash. It's a Halloween party at the school.
Okay.
Oh.
We're all going to that as a family.
I'm gonna down a sixer and crash that fucker.
Fun, yeah. So this kid is what it's all about.
You don't have to crash. I'll get you a ticket.
No, I hear you. I don't know. I'm trying to eliminate my drunkenness around children.
What do you think's going to be in my tumbler?
Probably
Witch's brew.
liquid drugs.
They have that?
A witch's brew.
They
huh?
got it all, Virginia. It's 2022.
What do you normally take on your roadie, Virginia? What is it usually?
It depends. I mean, I love here's the best roadie. I get the squeezed juice. I pour a little bit of it out, and I just pour some Atoll vodka in it. You shake it up, and people are thinking you're drinking a green juice, but you're really doing a green Bloody Mary.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've mixed a drink. I usually just do a shot, and then I'll down something to kind of wash it down a little bit. And that's kind of how I
Job
roll.
with the chaser.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vodka is very easy to go, and you can disguise vodka so well.
So well.
Yeah, that's usually if I got a roadie, that's what it is. Just vodka mixed with whatever, soda or Sprite, 7-Up, something like that. It's easy to do.
7-Up Zero.
Yeah, Sprite, get the fuck out of here.
Still has the name Sprite.
Yeah, Sprite Zero.
Just has the second name Zero.
Sprite Zero.
Yeah.
That's it. Still called Sprite, though.
You beat me before I said, like, it's not Zero, it's Sprite Zero.
He's lying.
Still Sprite. They still get the money.
I will say, out of the diet world, Sprite Zero is one of the better ones.
Yeah.
For flavor.
You know what? It's better than club soda.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had that, and I haven't had one for a while. We were at the Stars Ball, and I got a soda, and I was like, ugh.
Club soda is shit.
It's tough. Yeah, when you're used to even if it's Zero, Sprite, 7-Up, whatever, it's a lot more flavorful.
You know what I'll do sometimes with the Atoll vodka? I'll put a little bit of club soda and then like 4 splashes of lemonade.
Okay.
Club soda makes me kind of angry. You fucking bring club soda around me.
Club soda plain is disgusting.
It's bullshit in a bottle, they call it.
It is. It's bubble air water.
Yeah. If you're looking for a nice Halloween mix, there is a drink called the Drunk Witch.
Oh, yes.
So it's called the Virginia.
Tammy sent in here. It is vodka, blue Sirocco, grenadine, and Sprite.
Okay, I can't do blue.
They have a one at Cucina Cabana, too, called the Drunken Witch.
Okay.
And they were sending me pictures of it over the weekend, so
nice.
I retweeted it.
Huh, I wonder why they sent that to you. You couldn't fuck with no blue drink, though.
No, the one they were sending me was pink.
Okay.
It was reddish pink. It wasn't blue. I don't fuck with blue.
Do you know what it had in it?
Yeah, I can pull up the recipe. Hold on a second. I know Atoll Vodka made it in conjunction with Cucina Cabana, and they're selling it all this week as a specialty drink.
So she does not know what's in the drink,
No.
but she will take the time to Google it for everybody right now.
Yes.
And let's just fuck it. Let's just wait for her.
Why you gotta be a dick?
Well, I assume if it's red or pink, it's like cranberry or something. Be my guess.
Yes.
Okay.
It's got cranberry. It's got vodka. It's like probably close to a Cosmo.
Oh, very, very posh.
We were talking about the odd costume requests that your kids have. Got some photos to go along with them. Linnea sent this one in from Lake Worth Beach. Her kid wanted to be a railroad crossing. So she took a railroad crossing sign and taped it to his forehead.
It plays.
Gave him a,
It's beautiful.
Yeah, crossing arm. There you can go. Yeah, that's fun. If you wanted to have 3 kids, you could have one kid be a pedestrian that's crossing by that thing, and then you could have somebody else be the bright line.
Oh, wow. It's a lot there, and you guys really couldn't leave the room. You have to stay together. But I think it plays as well.
Totally.
Yeah, it could be a lot of fun. You just do an act the entire night. Here we are.
That'd get exhausting.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. Some other costumes that we've got here. My daughter is going as 11. I think this is Stranger Things, the kids, and she's been consumed by the role. She's practicing.
Oh, good for
Puts
her.
her hand out. I haven't seen the later seasons of Stranger Things, but I assume she does something magical with her hand out like that.
You gotta love that.
I see a lot of people on social media. They're going as Jeffrey Dahmer, but I saw a creative Jeffrey Dahmer. He was eating Five Guys.
Oh, I get it. Five Guys. Oh.
He had all the Five Guys fast food. I was like, that's pretty funny. That's how you make Jeffrey Dahmer better. Don't just be Jeffrey Dahmer, because there's going to be a lot of Jeffrey Dahmers out there this holiday because of the show.
A funny twist that he's eating Five Guys.
Exactly.
Do you really think that
could eat Wendy's?
No.
That's not his flavor.
He didn't like girls. He likes eating guys.
That's right. Okay.
So Five Guys works perfectly for Jeffrey.
I would like to know, we have some of those stats that we'll never have. I would like to know how many people really do dress up as Jeffrey Dahmer for this Halloween season.
I'm seeing a lot of it already on social media. People went to parties already this past weekend as Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Over, under 10,000?
Oh, probably over.
Really? I'd go under. But we'll never fucking know.
Well, keep in mind, Netflix is a worldwide thing.
Right.
So, yeah. If we're doing actual real stats, it's over 10,000.
I was just doing U.S. stats. Much
you
like
didn't break that down.
What's that?
You didn't break that down. That's not fair.
I think I did. I didn't say that. You're right. I probably
know.
You got to be global, bruh.
Bro, I don't fucking know shit from Shinola. So
I think it probably even would be over.
What does that mean?
My mom used to say it. I don't know. She's probably
What is Shinola?
What is Shinola?
It's probably a cancelable word. I don't even know. Shit from Shinola. My mom used to say it all the time.
Shinola. Is that even a word?
Anytime someone thought they were a little bigger than life, that person doesn't know shit from Shinola, buddy.
Shit from Shinola.
My mom said a lot
It's a defunct American brand of shoe polish. So it would be dark like a turd, so they didn't know poop from shoe polish.
Oh, poop from shoe polish.
That was a big expression in my household growing up. You don't know shit from Shinola.
Yeah, and it was canceled in 1960.
It's an old fucking tiny term.
It's been, like 62 years.
So that shit was
since it's
old
even
when
been
I was a
around.
kid.
It was boot polish. It was founded in 1903.
Yeah, all of it sounds
So
right.
if it got canceled in the 60s, it was before your time.
Oh no, I was always doing old fucking shit because of my parents. Blame them. That's why I'm out of touch.
Let me see. You got Casey, who said, when I was a kid, I went as a Budweiser can in the 80s. I was 8.
You could do it back then.
Yeah, you could.
Well, all the stuff you could do back then.
Budweiser, I feel like, is better than anything that sexualizes somebody. Budweiser, like, all right, it's goofy, and I'm not saying it's awesome for a kid.
Yeah.
But what's funny, because you had the one story about the one kid, the 10-year-old dressed up as the Playboy Bunny.
Yeah, Playboy Bunny,
Sexualizing's different for me anyway.
Yeah, and
It feels weird.
It does.
Yeah, you're right. That doesn't work out well.
Like, you could dress Rocco up as a Budweiser. A lot of people are going to get that.
Rocco, he does a lot of the same jokes that I do. And so his screensaver on his phone says, anytime's a good time for champagne. It makes me laugh because he's 6. But if people see that, they're like, what?
Oh,
Anytime's a good time for champagne.
I'm sure people would have words for you.
Talking about a different era, I got an email here. It says, recently I talked to somebody from my town in Kentucky who was involved with a high school teacher while she was a senior in high school.
Oh, damn.
it got me thinking about my past teachers, and I realized that when I was in 6th grade, one of my teachers was a bit too friendly.
Yep.
Being a 12-year-old boy, I didn't think anything of it. Probably thought it was actually pretty cool. I remember her holding me after class multiple times to go over homework that was already reviewed. That threw me off too. I guess keeping me after class is probably the better word. Because I immediately thought that too when I first read it. I'm like,
she's cradling him on her bosom.
Yeah. We'd all reviewed this stuff during class, so I noticed that when she was teaching me, she would sit way too close. She also used to talk to me over the phone multiple nights a week.
Wow.
About random things like bathing suits and suggestive lyrics to rap songs. This happened roughly 20 years ago, and at the time, she was probably in her mid or late 20s. I still talk to friends from my childhood that this has happened to, and they confirmed recently that it was a strange thing looking back on it, and she's still teaching. Happened roughly 20 years ago. We don't have any proof and also aren't looking to destroy lives. But now I can't stop thinking about the possibility of this still happening to other kids. It doesn't personally bother me, thankfully, as far as mental health is concerned, but what should I do? Yeah, I don't know really what you can do. You know,
yeah, I mean, we had a teacher like that. I mean, especially back then when people were not checked, you know, they ran unchecked. She was a very nice lady. She was a teacher assistant, but she would do kind of the same stuff. She would hold me and say things. Oh, I'm gonna marry you someday, and you can't do that shit now. Imagine doing that now, holding a kid and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna marry you." It just, I don't know, man. She was different back in the fucking 80s.
She wanted it.
I don't think it was, because it was kindergarten, 1st grade level that time. So I don't think she was trying to, but it did make me very uncomfortable. I used to hate when she would do that because she'd say in front of the class, "I'm gonna marry you one day," and then as she's fucking holding me,
"No, you're not, bitch. She ain't marrying nobody." You ain't seen walls like this.
That was before the walls went up.
Even back then, bitches were trying to lock it down.
No, but that email, that's because the kid doesn't know what's going on because they're just at school, and a lot of times kids, they're not going to speak up when they're uncomfortable.
Right.
They're just going to be uncomfortable and fucking go on to math class.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Weird email.
That was it.
I wonder if the teacher that I'm talking about, if she's still around.
Great question.
I know.
She was probably young if she was like a teacher's assistant. Was she going to school to be a teacher?
I would say, because I was probably 7, she had to have been probably 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then again, it was like 1984. I don't remember that shit. So she could have been 28. I don't know. I remember her name, though. You want me to dox her ass?
No.
Of course not. I'm not doxing nobody.
There's definitely a heightened awareness of these stories now, and you may look back on several that happened 20 years ago, but as it is now, what can you do? I mean, if you don't have any photos or audio recordings or anything like that,
all you have is that
anything you can do.
All you have is that weird feeling that you had in your tummy.
Yeah,
yes,
and you can't do anything with that.
Especially from 20 years ago like that, and it was more of about hugging. I'm just not sure what you could do.
Yeah. And maybe not everyone was up to something sinister, but through all those little weird things you had, I'm sure there were a few.
Yeah, I don't think the story that I'm telling, I don't think this woman had any sinister stuff in her heart, but it did make me uncomfortable, and it's a weird strategy to go with. But I'm looking at it more with modern day eyeballs, and y'all, the fucking 80s were ruthless.
The 80s were renegade.
And if you think the 80s were bad, I hear shit from the 70s that were fucked.
Yeah, the 70s were more fucked than the 80s.
And you go down to another decade to the 60s.
Hopefully, as we go, we're getting less fucked.
I mean, there was just a lot of unchecked fuckery when it came to weird things like that.
But you still hear of teachers banging students. So, I mean, are we less?
No, I think people are always going to be people.
You're right.
We've always been the same way. They're just things that are more tolerated and less tolerated in society. So all it does is it pushes people to the shadows.
Kevin's completely right, because back then there wasn't a public shaming like there is now, and now there's public shaming, and when there's shaming involved, it starts to get people to not do it as much, but you're never going to get rid of it. It always lurks in the darkness.
Yeah. No, that's people are just people.
People
That's
are
the way
people.
they are.
That should be a song.
People are people.
An old song.
Good reference, Grandma.
Look, that's on the top 10 list in my house. Panda loves Depeche Mode.
If I'm calling Virginia out for old ass references, you really fucked it.
All right, Shinola.
That's my
Fucking
point.
bringing
Shinola.
six.
That's my
You bringing
point.
1960 shit.
Sayings that were canceled in 1960.
I know. I had the balls on this guy over here.
Balls. I mean, and the balls. They're really long.
You don't know shit from Shinola, lady.
I found a 1960 Shinola shoe polish poster, and it says, "Tell your mother, Shinola gives you once a week shoe shine." I think I'm gonna buy you that.
It must have been big back in the olden times.
Must have.
Isn't that the time where you could legit be a shoe polisher as
Yeah.
a job?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you still see it sparingly today, maybe in an airport, but yeah, that was a legit on a lot of street corners. I think especially in New York City.
I don't
a lot
think-
of business
It's
people walking
it's
on
for
the street.
dress shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I fucking know what it's for.
Well, I don't know. You might not know shit from Shinola.
Thanks for women-splaining Shinola for
She
me.
just did.
And shoe polish.
Yeah.
Well, look at you. You don't have a lot of dress shoes.
Get the fuck out of here. You are, God, poor panda.
Nobody's shining flip flops.
But my point is, I don't think I've ever seen anybody shine shoes. That's how old-timey that is. Not even at an airport, I don't think.
Yeah.
That's where I always see like a little booth.
I still see a few.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're too busy looking for the food court at the airport.
Yeah.
I find it every
Still a
fucking
few.
time.
Still a
I
few.
find it every time. The small one in Columbus, I like the airport, but they did not have a lot of options.
He's bitching about the food court.
And that was
yeah.
the last airport I had gone to, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool, this is very nice. One
No,
fucking-
you're right. Yeah, it's not overly abundant. Yeah, I'd like to see a ranking on airports based on what they have. Atlanta's pretty solid. I go
can
through
see
Atlanta
that.
a lot. Atlanta's pretty good. They've got a lot of good options.
I think Lauderdale's good.
I don't go out enough of different places in Lauderdale. I know they'd had the. I think they have a few, but I don't know. I don't know. I put them on. You could give places like an A, a B, or a C. I'm feeling like Lauderdale might be a C to a B. I feel like Atlanta's an A. I'm trying to remember some of the other places. I go through Charlotte a little bit.
New
if you take
Orleans
a-
is now amazing.
Is it
Options?
Yeah.
It used to be low. It used to be
It
like
used
a
to be
D.
really a D, but then the governor did a whole like remodel, or the mayor, somebody did a whole. It's a new airport. And
Yeah.
it is badass for an airport.
Okay.
And the food is amazing. You have a lot of famous restaurants that now have a pop-up in the airport. Like Willie Mae's Scotch House has one.
Yeah.
Cafe Du Mont has one. There's like a noodle bar. There's like so many fun restaurants in the New Orleans airport now. Lucky Dogs have one.
Yeah, okay.
It's all New Orleans food, but it's a lot of the.
That's
the-
awesome.
the
That's what it
selection
should
you-
be. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You should have that vibe.
It's not shitty. It's not shit food.
Good.
It's good food.
Yeah. That's okay. So the one that I recently was in, I was surprised was bad, was Nashville. Nashville, I could not find a place to get a beer or to sit and watch
Yeah.
TV. I think they were a D. I would give them a D on airport food and beverage.
I would agree with that because a lot of Nashville's airport in the food court was under construction when I went.
I think they're working on it, but
Yeah.
right now it's a D.
Right.
I was very underwhelmed. I'm like, gosh, I can't believe you would think this would be a cool ass airport.
They have
Was
like
not.
one or two cool little spots in there, but you got to be in the right terminal too. There was a place that had like live music and barbecue, and I was like, okay, this is my cut.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see. I don't know if anybody's done that, but I'd love to see somebody go and give a letter grade to airports for just food and beverage, how often you see them, the quality of the places when you find them. And yeah, people are saying, yeah, Lauderdale, I did find a place last time I went, but it's few and far between. I would say Lauderdale probably a B minus.
Do they have a
Not in the terminal where Southwest is, which is Terminal 1 at Fort Lauderdale. That is a shit selection.
Really?
I am
Yeah.
not at all impressed by
Yeah, a lot of
that.
people are not really. They're like, yeah, Lauderdale. I'm not. Yeah, Jamie had said Fort Lauderdale's meh.
Do they have is Shake Shack there? Did you ever see a Shake Shack
where?
In the airport.
Lauderdale?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different terminals. It depends on what airline you're flying.
Because I'm looking at a bunch of fucking options in there. It doesn't. I'm seeing the comments. It sucks. It's terrible. But then I go to their airport and they got options.
Well,
so.
JetBlue is totally on the other side from where Southwest is, and you'll have a totally different building that you'll be in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know that. I'm trying to see what people are not really. Yeah, I would think that's probably an accurate rating of Lauderdale. B- is probably what you're.
Atlanta pops off too. Atlanta has some good.
Atlanta's an A. Atlanta's an A.
Atlanta really
You don't have to go
brings
very
it.
far. They got all kinds of bars, TGI Fridays, and all kinds of stuff.
And
They're
they got
set.
that digital touch screen that you just walk up to and you say,
Yeah.
okay, I want this kind of food and this kind of food. And it
Yeah.
tells you where to go. It's
They're an A.
badass.
Perfect for traveling. All those fucking gross fingers on there. All right, snot there, shit over here. Get
All
that
right, well,
screen.
good luck avoiding door handles, asshole.
Don't blame me. Don't yell at me. I'm just fucking pointing out what's.
Yeah, Jamie and Keither, they had said Charlotte's pretty decent. I remember them being, if you fly American, you'll typically go through Charlotte. And yeah, I would say they're a solid B+ to an A-.
Okay.
They're decent. Yeah, they're not too bad. So if you ever do fly American, you'll go through there.
I know we had a great special moment at that Chili's 2 Part 2 over there in Lauderdale. We all went together.
Yep, I do remember that.
I fucking hope I had a special moment.
Michael's saying Greenville, South Carolina is an A. See, it's so weird. It's just places you would think would kick ass sometimes don't, and it's so rough when you're like, gosh, I'm here for 2 or 3 hours and there's nowhere to go. And then oddly enough, you go to a small ass airport sometimes, like, this place is badass.
Yeah, Nashville needs to step it up.
They definitely do.
They really need to step it up because their town is awesome, but their
Yeah.
airport was not making it happen.
I think Nashville's growing so much. I think they realize it. And I think if you go back there in 3 years, I think it'll be radically different. They're just, I'm not sure. I mean, Nashville's been what it has been, but I don't know if they've been this chic and cool as what they are right now.
Right.
And I think they're still trying to catch up some of the infrastructure.
They're like, oh shit, we're hip.
Yeah, everybody's coming here.
We gotta catch up.
Yeah.
It is the number 2 place to go with a bachelorette party right behind Vegas.
Really?
That's huge.
Even more than New Orleans, huh?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
It's a cleaner New Orleans with more of a country flair.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they keep that, and they can keep that. There's still a lot of good barbecue and all kinds of crap you can do. That would be awesome in that airport. Yeah, somebody said I was blacked out drunk, and I came to at the Charlotte airport, and I was pretty impressed with the options. Yeah, I'd say it's...
You came to in the airport?
Yeah, I mean,
Your
you're
poor
flying hammered,
handler.
you're just like, oh, cool, this is awesome. Yeah, so that is a higher one. And yeah, PBI, ranking low. Keither likes it because he's got a pool table, but there's like 1 or 2 pool tables, and it's not enough. I would put PBI at maybe a C to C-. They do have a new kind of bar that has good crafts and all that, but it's still C, C+ maybe.
I mean, a lot of times the best thing I'm able to find in that Delta terminal is Nick's tomato pie.
I like Nick's.
I do too, but you know.
I don't know. You kind of have a fucking tone in your voice.
Yeah,
Nick's tomatoes pie. Yeah, it's like you love it.
It's okay.
You don't like it because you've had it before and you want something new when you're traveling and going seeing the world. I get it.
I do.
That's why I was so bummed out when I did go to Ohio. Our last fucking meal was Wendy's. What is this horse shit?
Blowing it.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing against Wendy's. I like Wendy's,
Yeah,
but not when I'm on a road trip.
No, you blew it.
Oh, I had some calves, some cold ass fries. It's awful.
Yeah, that ain't getting it done, son. Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's why, to me, got to plan it all out. When you get to a town, where do I got to go? What are the places? Because there's nothing better than feeling like you hit the best of the best in every city.
I do. I love a mom and pop or just a regular independent institution or establishment
Yes.
of that area. That's why I love going up to Oregon. My sister takes me to all these fucking places I've never even would ever go to or even think about going to.
Yeah, and you find especially like the locals, hole in the wall place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Got an email here from Charlene. She said, FYI, since you were talking about Rico's Pizza in Tequesta, we live up here and we tried it last night. We like thin crust, but this was super thin. and it pretty much broke apart when you would bite into the slice. I prefer County Line for thin crust and taste.
County Line's got really good pizza. I've liked County Line for a long time. They've been around forever. I'm not sure if they've changed managements or not, but they have this square, thinner style pizza over there at County Line.
You like it better
okay.
than that Volcanoes?
Oh, so this is coming from the person who doesn't want me to start pizza drama. So let's put two local that we both go to, that we know listen to the show. Let's pin them together, pit them against each other.
All right, never mind.
And I do have an answer, but I do not want that fucking heat. There is one that's better in my opinion.
Okay.
Also got Cesar had done the work on this. We were talking about the Google reviews and the best and the worst fast food places, and the best for pizza was Papa Murphy's, and he broke down the map on where it is in Florida. It's pretty much a Jacksonville area thing, but I mean the fact that they got so many votes that they affected the Google reviews. What is it? Do people in Jacksonville just eat and review?
I mean, they're not even they barely get to the middle of the state.
Yeah, no, that's why Papa Murphy's, it looks like the most southern location is somewhere around Daytona.
Is Papa Murphy's that good, or am I going to eat it and go, all right, this is some good
You're not going to know unless you
fast
go to
food?
Jacksonville,
Yeah.
basically, and maybe they have one.
I could have
can't
got
tell
it
if
for you. I was just up there.
Well, I hear a lot of talking.
Yeah, maybe they have one in Ocala.
I brought you Buc-ee's instead.
Look at the size of this fucking pecan log she brought
That
me.
looks like a Pete Davidson dick.
That is a hefty. You eat that, you can feel it. You're
Yeah,
gonna
that'll
have a
sit on
little.
ya.
You're gonna have a little bit of a full belly. But the problem with this is, in about an hour, I could eat another one.
You were saying the brisket was
Oh my
good
gosh.
stuff, huh?
Well, that's what I had heard they were famous for. And all
Yeah.
the times I've gone to Buc-ee's, I never got the brisket. And so this time I was like, all right, let me see what this fucking brisket's about. And the hype was right. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely worth it.
And the place that had the best Google reviews for Mexican was Qdoba, and we were kind of like, what? And yeah, there's a few in the Tampa Bay area, and I can't tell, maybe that's Orlando, but you can see the map on that, so that's not even something that we have here. So we're like, what? Qdoba.
Going to Orlando is fun just to eat and then come on back home. Or you want to eat your balls off, stay a night, continue to eat the next day, then drive home. It's got a lot of options, Virginia.
I hear you.
And even for the best burger, they had Culver's, but they've got just a couple locations, it looks like, on the map. That's mainly kind of the same thing. You're talking Tampa to Orlando is where they primarily are if you look at the map.
The one on the top or the bottom, the bottom one's the one I go to. Culver's. I go to Culver's all the time.
There's one on Congress and there's one up in Jupiter.
I go to Culver's all the time. It's usually a once a week thing, and I get real excited driving over there because I'm usually the first in line. They're very friendly with their service, and fucking them cheese curds, dog.
The cheese curds are on
Yeah.
point.
And I love a crinkled fry. They get good fries.
What is it, just fried cheese? Is that what a cheese curd is?
To
Yep.
me, it tastes like a mozzarella stick, which is with the orange cheese.
It's just a smaller little nugget of cheese.
Why did you roll your eyes when I talk about fries? Were you going to go in on their onion rings?
I was.
I actually had their onion rings, and I didn't think they were as bad as you said. You're always fucking ripping on them.
Put one of theirs next to one from BurgerFi and then call me.
Do I have to? I like that bit, except for the calling part. I like getting the onion rings. That part's sweet.
The thing about onion rings, though, is you have to eat them when they're hot. You can't, bring them to your house and do a side-by-side comparison with Culver's and BurgerFi because the onion ring needs to be fresh.
I ordered onion rings on Friday. They came to the house, and I didn't eat them for over an hour, and they were fucked. They were. You're right. You got to eat them. You got to eat them fresh, baby.
The steam, it gets to them when they're in the container like that, and it's just, it changes everything.
I was in the dark eating, and I didn't realize the batter, the best part, fell off of the onion ring, so I'm just eating just fucking mouthful of onion.
Did you just look for the batter and still eat it?
Yeah, of course. It was in the bottom of the bag.
Somebody did send us a list ranking the best and worst airports for food.
Oh.
They put Denver International at number 1.
As the best?
Best.
Really?
51 different restaurants. Dallas-Fort Worth has 58. Atlanta Hartfield-Jackson has 88. They have them at number 3. Phoenix is 4. Boston's airport, which is Logan International, at 5. San Fran at 6. Portland, Baltimore, Miami, they've got at number 9 with 30 restaurants, and they say Corona Beach House is the highest rated.
I'm not impressed by number of restaurants. I'm impressed by diversity and quality and a few really high-end options.
That's how they ultimately rank them, because you'll see some airports that have higher the restaurants, but they're not as highly ranked because they have more, but it's not as good.
If all you have is like a Subway next to a Starbucks, next to a McDonald's, next to a Chick-fil-A, I'm like, all right, well, there's nothing here for me.
Yeah. So I think they kind of hit on that. But, yeah, they rank them all the way through 50 that they have on there. So I can't, for some reason, it's not taking me 11 to 50. But anyway, they do apparently have somebody that has done the work. So it's out there. Wonderoo.
Did New Orleans even
WANDERU.
make their list?
Like I said, it's not. I'm clicking on the thing that says it's like such a cock tease. It's like airport rankings 11 to 50. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to see that. I click on it and it's
an ad.
It glitches and then it just comes right back to the same ass page again without giving me 11 to 50.
I'll tell you, that no does that
deadline.
horseshit Yahoo News. Who the fuck is running that thing? My God.
Yahoos.
Yeah, they do this. You'll click on something and there's no fucking link. It's just the comments bitching about how terrible Yahoo is.
Got an email here from Rocky. He said, my fiance and I moved here 2 years ago for our jobs. We've had a hard time finding friends because we both live and work on a small island. But finding your show made our adjustment to the area a lot easier. Not only do you give out good restaurants and bars to go to, but you always make us laugh in the mornings, which I think the world needs a lot more of these days. My fiance loves Virginia and laughs every time she calls someone a hooker. I myself love World Record Wednesdays, Do It Bitch, and Denny's Knows When You're High in that order. Heard you guys on Thursday briefly mention 80s arcade games. I recently started playing pinball and was curious if Fat Kevin or Young Jaybird or Virginia played any pinball back in the day. I did a little bit. I had a cousin. I had a friend that had pinball machines, and it kind of almost was like what you played when you didn't have a good video game. You know, but
Pinball, when there's nothing else cool.
I fucking hated pinball. You're right, we'd go to the video game place and you go to play it. I'd always lose my ball real quick. Not very good. I had bitch ass grips back then.
Because meat hooks couldn't play pinball.
To me, it was the low budget video game. But my buddy who does all of those vintage toys and all that, he says those sell so quickly.
Really?
He'll get a bunch of old ones. He'll get them serviced and then have them and can't even keep them on the lot.
Wow.
Yeah, people buy them.
Pinball's cool. My dad taught me how to play pinball. So for me, it's kind of nostalgic of being like a little kid, standing up on the stool and like learning how to hit the little, what do you call that thing? Little udders or rudders.
I love the way a pinball machine looks. I think it looks cool in a house. I think it looks neat. But to play it, fuck that, man. Give me Pac-Man, dog.
okay.
Give me Contra.
Rocky, if you do love pinball, check out the Silver Ball Pinball Museum. It's in Delray Beach. Cool little place, and they got a little bar there, so you can actually have alcohol. It's kind of more designed really for adults. Kids would like it too. There's a lot of flashing lights and pinball, but
It's a great party space.
Yeah, if you've never checked that out, if you're new to the area, then go check out Silver Ball Retro Arcade. It's the Pinball Museum in Delray Beach, and it's in a cool area too. You're right by Atlantic Avenue, right off Atlantic Avenue. Johnny Brown's, it's right behind that. And that's a really cool place to go with all the bars along that strip.
It's one of Caitlin's top picks on the Ave, that Johnny Brown's.
Yeah, she goes there a good bit. Absolutely. Also, he said, I was also wondering if Jaybird planned on going to Free Play Florida. It's a video arcade pinball cosplay expo in Orlando, November 18th to the 20th. Okay, if he is, I'd like to say hi and buy him a beer. So
wow.
Rocky's going to be there.
All right.
So there you go.
Buy me a beer, huh? I'll wear something nice. I will. I'm not going. I don't think. I think we're going to be aren't we going to be on vacation by then? End of the second, third week in November. Don't we take a little bit of time?
Oh, I think we're off Thanksgiving week, right?
I think so. Don't we
Yeah.
do some fucking shit?
Yeah. We do something.
We forgot what we did because COVID, but yeah, we usually do.
But who knows? You never know. There are weirder things that have happened.
That's right. So there you go. Appreciate all the emails and you guys connecting, helping out. Mail at kvjshow.com. You can send us in your emails and your comments, whatever you want to talk about. We're into it. Just let us know here at the KVJ Show. You guys have a great Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.